Welcome back to Healthy Steps Seniors. Have you ever wondered why on some days, despite eating very healthily, your legs still feel heavy? Why your knees feel stiffer in the morning, even when you believe you're doing everything right? Many of us were taught that fruit is golden, and for the most part, that's true. But the truth, as is often the case, is more nuanced. In today's video, we're not going to talk about banning any food. Instead, we're going to explore a crucial piece of wisdom together: how to choose and enjoy 7 common fruits intelligently after the age of 60. This isn't a forbidden list, but a guide to help you listen to your body better, based on trustworthy scientific evidence. A brief disclaimer appears on screen. Content is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Let's begin our journey to becoming wiser consumers together. Now, we'll dive deep into each type of fruit. Remember, our goal is to understand the why and how, not to create a list of prohibitions. 1. Mango. Decoding the sugar bomb and the silent inflammation phenomenon. Mango, with its rich, sweet flavor, is often a favorite. But for the body of someone over 60, this sweetness presents a significant biochemical challenge. The core issue isn't just sugar, but the speed and intensity with which that sugar hits our system. When you eat a large piece of mango on an empty stomach, a huge amount of fructose and sucrose is absorbed almost instantly. This creates a sugar flood in your bloodstream, forcing your pancreas to work overtime, releasing a large amount of insulin to handle it. In older adults, where age-related insulin resistance has already begun to set in, this response becomes even less efficient and more chaotic. But here is the most important part, which happens at the cellular level. When blood sugar spikes, a dangerous process called glycation occurs. Imagine this as the caramelization of the proteins in your body. Excess sugar molecules attach themselves to important proteins like the collagen in your joints and the elastin in your blood vessels, forming harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGEs. Scientists at the National Institute on Aging have extensively studied AGEs and identified them as one of the primary drivers of tissue stiffening as we age. When AGEs accumulate in joint cartilage, they cause it to lose its elasticity and become more brittle and susceptible to damage. When they accumulate in blood vessel walls, they cause the vessels to harden, impeding circulation, especially in the small blood vessels that nourish your legs. This is the scientific explanation for that feeling of morning joint stiffness or heavy legs that many people mistake for just old age. It's not just natural wear and tear, it's a biochemical process fueled by what we eat. The sugar flood from mango also creates a burst of oxidative stress, like throwing more fuel on the smoldering fire of inflammation already burning in your body. Wise, actionable advice. This doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to mango forever. Wisdom lies in controlling the flood. On portion size, enjoy a few thin slices, about half a cup, instead of eating the whole fruit. On timing, eat mango as a dessert after a main meal rich in fiber and protein. The fiber and protein act as a brake, significantly slowing down the speed of sugar absorption, preventing the sudden spike and minimizing the formation of AGEs. Never eat mango on an empty stomach.
2. Pineapple. The paradox between a healing enzyme and a metabolic burden. Pineapple is a very interesting case and a prime example of a biological paradox. Most of us have heard of bromelain, a powerful enzyme complex in pineapple, famous for its anti-inflammatory properties. And that's absolutely true. So why is it on this list of foods to be cautious about? The answer lies in the price of admission to get that bromelain from fresh pineapple. The package comes with two other elements, a significant amount of sugar and a high concentration of acid. Let's break down the mechanism. When you eat pineapple, your body faces a dual task. On one hand, the bromelain starts to work, helping to reduce inflammation to some degree. But on the other hand, the sugar in the pineapple, with its medium to high glycemic index (GI), begins a counterproductive cycle. It triggers an insulin response and promotes inflammation through the AGE's formation pathway we just discussed. For someone struggling with osteoarthritis, this creates a battle within the body. The anti-inflammatory benefits of bromelain can be overshadowed or even nullified by the pro-inflammatory effects of the accompanying sugar. You might be trying to put out a fire with one hand while accidentally pouring more oil on it with the other. Then there's the acid factor. The high concentration of citric and malic acid in pineapple can be a direct irritant, especially for those with a sensitive digestive system or GERD, a very common condition in older adults. Gut inflammation is closely linked to systemic inflammation. Therefore, soothing the digestive system is a crucial part of managing joint pain. And one specific medical warning cannot be ignored. The properties of bromelain can potentiate the effects of blood-thinning medications. If you are taking warfarin or Coumadin or other anticoagulants, eating a lot of pineapple could dangerously alter the effectiveness of your medication. Wise, actionable advice. Listen to your body. If you have arthritis, try a small portion, about half a cup, and monitor how you feel over the next 24 hours. If you feel stiffer or more pain, your body may be more sensitive to the sugar and acid content. Protect your stomach. Always eat pineapple after a meal, never on an empty stomach, to minimize acid irritation. Prioritize medication safety. If you are on blood thinners, it is mandatory to discuss this with your doctor or pharmacist before adding pineapple to your regular diet. In this case, supplementing with bromelain in a pure, dose-controlled capsule form may be a much safer and more effective option than eating the fresh fruit.
Next is watermelon. The name itself suggests hydration, and it's true that it's up to 92% water. But the paradox lies in the other 8%. This 8% contains a form of sugar that our body absorbs at an extremely rapid rate, making watermelon one of the fruits with the highest glycemic index, GI. Imagine this. Eating a slice of apple is like letting an ice cube melt slowly in a glass, releasing water gradually. The abundant fiber in the apple acts as a brake. In contrast, eating watermelon is like pouring a glass of water straight into the cup. Its sugar enters the bloodstream like a shock, fast, powerful, and with almost no barriers. This blood sugar shock causes subtle but serious damage to the delicate inner lining of our blood vessels, known as the endothelium. This endothelium plays a crucial role. It produces nitric oxide, a molecule that helps our blood vessels relax, expand, and maintain smooth blood flow. The glycation process caused by the blood sugar spike stiffens this endothelium, causing it to lose its flexibility and its ability to produce nitric oxide effectively. In particular, the tiny capillaries in our legs and feet are the first victims. When they are damaged and can't expand and contract well, blood flow becomes stagnant.
This is the scientific mechanism behind that feeling of legs as heavy as lead after eating sweets, or the swelling in the ankles at the end of the day. The bitter paradox is, you eat watermelon for hydration, but the vascular damage it causes can make fluid leak and get trapped in the tissues, causing swelling. Your body has water, but it's in the wrong place. Furthermore, this blood sugar shock places an enormous burden on the kidneys, which are already working harder as we age to filter the excess sugar out of the blood. Wise, actionable advice. Never as a standalone meal. Never eat watermelon alone on an empty stomach. That is the worst-case scenario for your blood vessels. Create a protective buffer. The antidote to the sugar shock is combination. Eat a small portion of watermelon with a source of healthy fat or protein, a few pistachios, a slice of cheese, or a spoonful of chia seeds. They act as a cushion, significantly slowing down the sugar absorption, turning the shock into a much gentler wave. Portion is king. Enjoy a thin slice, not a huge wedge.
4. Grapes, the innocent snack and the burden on your liver. Grapes, especially the seedless kind, are an incredibly popular snack because of their convenience. We often eat them mindlessly. But it is this very ease that hides a specific metabolic pathway that can be detrimental to the joints of older adults. The problem with grapes isn't just the sugar, but the type of sugar and where it's processed. Grapes contain a very high amount of fructose. Unlike glucose, which can be used by most cells in the body, the majority of fructose must be metabolized in a single organ, your liver. Think of your liver as a specialized processing plant. When you eat a large bowl of grapes, you are sending a massive shipment of fructose straight to the door of this plant, forcing it to work at full capacity. In older adults, the efficiency of this plant has already declined. When overloaded, the liver cannot cleanly metabolize all the fructose into energy. Instead, it begins to convert the excess fructose into two byproducts: triglycerides, a form of fat contributing to fatty liver disease, and a specific waste product called uric acid. Uric acid is a natural byproduct, but when its concentration in the blood gets too high, a dangerous phenomenon occurs. It crystallizes, forming millions of microscopic needle-shaped crystals. And where do these needles go? Due to gravity and lower temperatures, they tend to deposit in the joints, especially those furthest from the heart with poorer circulation. This is the exact mechanism that causes an acute gout attack, a severe burning pain in the big toe, ankle, or knee, often striking in the middle of the night. Even if you don't suffer from an acute gout attack, chronically high uric acid levels can still cause low-grade inflammation, making your joints feel achy, swollen, and warm, exacerbating the symptoms of existing arthritis. This innocent snack could be silently creating needles that are attacking your joints from within. Wise, actionable advice. Change your mindset. Think of grapes as a garnish or a small part of a salad rather than a main snack. Strict portion control. A reasonable serving is a small handful, about 10 to 12 grapes, not a large bunch. Stay hydrated. Water is your ally. Drinking enough water helps your kidneys work more efficiently to flush out excess uric acid, reducing the risk of crystal formation. Know your risk. If you have a personal or family history of gout, you need to be particularly cautious with grapes and other fructose-rich fruits.
5. Banana. Beyond potassium and the fluid balance equation. The banana is probably one of the most recommended fruits for older adults, mainly because of its rich potassium content, which is vital for muscle and nerve function. But once again, the story is more complex, especially when we consider a body that has been operating for over 60 years. The paradox of the banana lies in the interaction between its high sugar content and the body's delicate electrolyte balance. A ripe banana contains a significant amount of rapidly metabolizing sugar and starch. This not only causes a blood sugar spike and promotes inflammation, as we've discussed, but it also affects a critical mechanism called the sodium-potassium pump. Imagine every cell in your body is a tiny house. The sodium-potassium pump is the gatekeeper, constantly pumping 3 sodium ions out and 2 potassium ions in. This electrical difference creates the energy for nerve impulses and muscle contractions. In older adults, a mild decline in kidney function makes the regulation of this electrolyte balance less efficient. When you eat a large banana, you introduce a sudden load of potassium into your system. For someone with perfect kidney function, this isn't a problem. But for an older adult, especially one with cardiovascular or kidney issues, this potassium surge can temporarily disrupt the work of the gatekeeper, affecting fluid balance and neuromuscular function. This is why some older adults, instead of feeling relief from cramps, experience a feeling of heaviness in their calves or an unexplained fatigue after eating a banana. It's also the mechanism behind water retention or swelling. When the electrolyte balance is disturbed, the body tends to hold on to fluid to try to restore order. Wise, actionable advice for you. Ripeness matters. A banana that is still slightly green at the tips has more resistant starch and a lower GI than a ripe spotted banana. Resistant starch is good for the gut and is absorbed more slowly. Portion is key. Half a banana is often sufficient for one serving. Always combine. Eat your banana with a spoonful of peanut butter or a few walnuts. The fat and protein will slow down the sugar absorption and help stabilize your energy. Medical caution. If you have kidney disease or are taking blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors, talk to your doctor about a safe potassium intake for you.
6. Orange, the vitamin C icon and the dark side of juice. Nothing symbolizes a healthy breakfast more than an orange or a glass of fresh orange juice, a rich source of vitamin C. Vitamin C is a fantastic antioxidant, but how we consume it determines whether it's a friend or a foe to our body. The biggest problem with oranges isn't the fruit itself, but the most common form in which we consume it, juice. When you juice an orange, you perform an unintentionally harmful act. You throw away its most precious part, the fiber. The thin membranes that encase the segments, the pulp and the white pith, all of it is soluble and insoluble fiber. This fiber acts as a natural braking system, slowing down the release of sugar into the bloodstream. When you drink a glass of orange juice, which can take 3 to 4 oranges to make, you are ingesting a naked dose of fructose with no fiber to hold it back. It hits your bloodstream at a speed almost equivalent to a glass of soda, causing a blood sugar shock, triggering a strong insulin response, and promoting inflammation and the formation of AGEs. Additionally, the high concentration of citric acid in oranges can be an issue.
In older adults, the lower esophageal sphincter, the valve between the stomach and esophagus, often weakens. Drinking a highly acidic glass of orange juice on an empty stomach can easily cause heartburn and acid reflux, leading to a burning sensation and discomfort. Advice from Healthy Steps seniors is: eat the fruit, don't drink the juice. This is the golden rule. When you eat the whole orange segment, you get the vitamin C along with the fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar and nourish your gut microbiome. Timing is important. If you still want to eat an orange, have it as part of a balanced meal rather than on its own. Listen to your stomach. If you suffer from acid reflux, be careful with citrus fruits. The good news is there are many other excellent sources of vitamin C that are less acidic, such as red bell peppers, broccoli, and strawberries. If you have arthritis and notice your symptoms worsen after eating an orange, your body may be reacting to the combination of sugar and acid. Try eliminating it for 2 weeks and see if you feel a difference. 7. Green apple, the healthy illusion and the digestive burden. Green apples are often considered a safer choice because their tartness gives the impression of less sugar. The truth is that tartness comes from a high concentration of malic acid, and it still contains a significant amount of sugar. For the sensitive digestive system of an older adult, this combination may not be as safe as we think. The mechanism of harm here is mainly related to the digestive system. The tough, insoluble, fiber-rich skin of a green apple, combined with its high acid content, can be a major challenge for a gut with slower motility and less diverse microbiota. This can lead to uncomfortable symptoms like gas, bloating, and cramping. For those with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, green apples are a high FODMAP food and can be a direct trigger for flare-ups. And we must remember that an irritated and chronically inflamed digestive system will not function effectively. It not only reduces the ability to absorb crucial nutrients from food, but this local inflammation can also spill over systemically, contributing to the systemic inflammation that is the foundation of many age-related diseases, including arthritis. We advise you when eating green apples to cooking is a great solution. This is a simple but incredibly effective trick. When you bake or stew an apple, the heat breaks down the tough fiber and mellows the acid content, making it much friendlier to your stomach. A baked apple with a little cinnamon is a delicious and easily digestible dessert. Peel the skin. If you still want to eat fresh green apples, peeling the skin can reduce the burden of tough, indigestible fiber on your digestive system. Find the right apple for you. Not all apples are the same. Sweeter varieties like Gala or Fuji have lower acid content and may be better tolerated. Don't be afraid to experiment to find the friend that suits your body best. Now that we have armed ourselves with the wisdom to recognize potential challenges, let's step into the most exciting and empowering part: proactively choosing the fruits that act as true allies, helping our bodies to heal, nourish, and strengthen from within. This isn't just food. These are natural medicinal tools. 1. Berries, the anti-inflammatory gems. Let's start with the true champions: blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. Their power lies in a group of powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins, the very thing that gives them their deep blue and vibrant red colors. Scientific research, including work funded by the National Institutes of Health, has shown that anthocyanins work in two ways. First, they are free radical scavengers, neutralizing harmful molecules that damage joint cells. Second, they have the ability to directly inhibit pro-inflammatory enzymes in the body, such as the COX-2 enzyme, similar to the mechanism of some arthritis medications. Combined with their low glycemic index and high fiber content, they provide stable energy without causing blood sugar shocks. Enjoying a cup of berries each day, fresh or frozen, is one of the best investments you can make for the flexibility of your joints and the clarity of your mind.
Next is the avocado, the unique fruit. It contains almost no sugar. Instead, it provides a large amount of healthy monounsaturated fats. Imagine these fats as a natural lubricant for your joints, helping to soothe inflammation and support smooth movement. Furthermore, the fat in avocados helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins from other foods like vitamin D and vitamin K, which are crucial for bone health. The energy from avocado is released slowly and steadily, helping you feel full for longer and avoiding the fatigue caused by fluctuating blood sugar. Adding a quarter of an avocado to your salad or spreading it on whole grain toast is a wonderful way to nourish your body. Finally, a silent but extremely powerful hero, tart cherries. Numerous studies, particularly from reputable universities, have demonstrated the significant ability of tart cherries to lower uric acid levels in the blood. This makes them an invaluable ally for those facing gout, directly addressing the root cause of severe joint pain attacks. Additionally, the antioxidants in tart cherries have also been shown to reduce muscle soreness after activity, whether it's gardening or walking. A small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice or a handful of dried cherries each day can make a noticeable difference in your comfort. Choosing these fruits is not an act of restriction, but a strategic act of self-care. It's about proactively providing your body with the precise tools it needs to repair, protect, and thrive. If you've watched this far, I know you are truly invested in your health and your future. The most important message I want you to take away today is this: aging isn't about giving up. It's about becoming wiser. No fruit is bad. There are only choices that are more suitable for your body at this point in time. By eating mindfully, listening to your body's signals, and equipping yourself with scientific knowledge, you are taking back control of your health. That is true power, not fear or restriction, but the freedom that comes from understanding. Now, I would love to hear from you. What is one new thing you learned today? Are you willing to make a small change in how you choose your fruit? Please share your story in the comments below. Every share is an encouragement for our entire community. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button and share it with your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to the Healthy Steps Seniors channel so you don't miss out on trustworthy medical information that helps you live well and joyfully. Always stay strong and choose wisely. Thank you for listening.